voluntary repossession and voluntary repossession. Late on your car payments. Can you come pick up my car? Can you come pick up my car? They're going to repossess your car. How much is going to cost you to get your car back? On this video, we're going to be talking about the difference between involuntary repossession and voluntary repossession. But since you came across my channel, my YouTube channel, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button. Why? It's because you'll be notified every time I drop a video. I've been in this great automobile space for 27 years, and I always share news you can use. If you're not going through this situation right now, maybe your friend, maybe your neighbor, or maybe a relative, they're going through this situation. So again, sharing is caring, and hit the subscribe button so you'll be notified every time I drop a video. But on this video, we're going to be talking about the difference between involuntary repossession and voluntary repossession. Now, involuntary is just like what it sounds like, what it means, involuntary. But you put the repossession on the end. So involuntary repossession is if you're late on your car payments, you're behind, and the bank comes to get your car, involuntary, without your permission. You may be at work, you may be at home, or you may be at an outing or an event, and then all of a sudden your car is repossessed. You go outside and your car is not there. That's involuntary. You did not give the bank permission to pick up your car or take your car. They took it because you were not making payments. The second one is voluntary repossession. You called your bank or you called the finance company and you said, can you come pick up my car? Can you come pick up my car? And then they send someone, the repo man, or they send someone to get your car, to pick up your car. Now, whether it is because you can't afford the car payments, or maybe you lost your job, or just something changed in your life where you can't afford your car payment, or you might have mechanical problems, but you volunteered to for the lender to pick up your car. So that's the voluntary repossession. Well, guess what? It does not matter whether it's involuntary repossession, where they picked up your car because of late payments, or voluntary repossession, whether you call them, it still has a negative impact on your credit, has a negative impact. So I've been in this automobile space for 27 years, and I have customers that tell me, well, I told them to come get it. It shouldn't be on my credit report. Well, guess what? It's still going to be on your credit report. It still means the same things to the banks. You did not make your payments. Whether you tell them to come get it for whatever reason why you told them to come get it, or you're behind in your payments, it means the same thing. It has the same impact on your credit. No difference. So I'm going to tell you the steps. What happens after you are actually getting your car is going to be repossessed by the bank. They're not just going to pick it up. They're going to do this first step. And this first step is they're going to send you a letter. Dear Mr. or dear Mr. Williams or dear Mr. Sims, it doesn't matter what your last name is or who you are. They're going to send you a letter notifying you that they're going to repossess your car. They're going to repossess your car. They have to send you a letter notifying you that you're behind and that they plan to repossess your car. Now, if you want to keep your car and you get this letter saying the car is going to be repossessed, I would advise you to get on the phone and have some conversation with the bank. Now, after they notify you that your car is being repossessed, because they have to notify you in writing, not just saying over the phone. They have to put the pen to the paper and to write you a letter. Well, they notified you. That's the first step. The second step is after your car is repossessed, whether they pick your car up, which is involuntary repossession, or you do a voluntary repossession, they have to notify you saying that, your car is at A and B junkyard or A and B facility, right? And then they have to tell you how much it's going to cost you to get your car back. So that's the second step. How much the bank has to notify you how much it's going to cost you to get your car back. The payments and also the charges for your car being picked up. They have to notify you in writing, because if you want to get your car back, you have a chance to get your car back or have conversations with the bank, right? You have to. You don't have to, but if you want to get your car back, you got to have conversations. Remember, you don't have to, but if you want to get the car back, you got to have conversation. So, number 3, you don't want the car back. You decided, I don't want the car back. They repossessed the car. I don't want it anymore. Now, what's going to happen is the lender is going to sell your car at an auction. They're going to sell it. I'm going to give you an example. Say if you owe $15,000 on your car, and at the auction, they said they could only get $12,000 for your car. So you have $3,000 left over. 12,000, 13, 14, 15. You have $3,000 that you owe. That's called a deficiency balance. A deficiency balance. $3,000 is what you owe to the lender after the 12,000 is actually paid because your car was auctioned. So 12,000, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 3,000 is due to you. That's a deficiency balance. That's what you owe your bank. $3,000. Yes, you have to be able to pay them the $3,000. If you don't pay them the $3,000, right, they're going to come after you for the $3,000. Now, whatever way they come after you, that's really up to the bank. But the first thing that they're going to do is they're going to put on your credit report that you owe them $3,000. So in this video, I gave you 3 ways what's going to happen after your car is repossessed. Now, if you're watching this video, do me a favor, sharing is caring, and subscribe. So you'll be notified every time I watch a video, every time I do a video.